Up next, we have an exciting panel discussion on automotive and EV electronics bottleneck and breakthroughs. Moderating the session is Mr. Siva Koka, CEO of Embedded Bridge, who will guide us through some of the key challenges and innovations shaping this crucial industry. Joining him, distinguished industry leaders, Mr. Atul Srivastava, Vice President at Automotives Softech Solution Private Limited. Can we please have him on the stage? Atul has worked for almost 4 decades with industry and business experience in domains like automotive, EV, DC fast chargers, EDA, semiconductors, SCADA, PLC, and power electronics and digital transformation, etc. Present focus is to design and manufacture advanced, mass-produced electronic products in India like automotive, IoT, industry 4.2, defense electronics, wearable smartphone, server, data center. Atul has graduated from NIT, so can we please have him on the stage. Next, I would like to call Ms. Kavita Verma, CEO of Maxwell Energy System. Kavita Verma, a subsidiary of Endurance Technologies, where she is driving the company mission to be a one-stop shop for advanced electronics and electrical vehicles. She is a seasoned leader with over 24 years of experience, including more than 14 years in senior leadership roles. Before joining Maxwell, Kavita led business at Harman, playing a key role in automotive engineering service. Can we please have her on the stage? Up next, let's welcome Mr. Rajesh Sura, co-founder of Dynalt. Also, I would like to welcome Mr. Chailendra Kumar, President of the Advanced Computing Communication Society of India. Can we please have Mr. Rajesh Sura on the stage? Last but not the least, can we please welcome Ms. Piali Goswami, Director of Software Engineering for Jacinto Processors at Texas Instruments, India. With a round of applause, let's welcome our panelists and also the moderator on the stage, please. Together, they'll discuss the current bottlenecks faced in automotive and EV electronics, such as supply chain issues, semiconductor shortages, software integrations, challenges, as well as breakthroughs in battery technology, ADAS, and vehicle connectivity that are driving the industry forward. Please join me in welcoming them once again. Everybody, can we please give a big round of applause and let's get this panel discussion started. Over to Mr. Siva Koka.
Okay, thanks for, still hanging around. So far I think we have been going through the software stuff, SDV, software stuff. I think the last punch, I think by D-Space was Hill, Mill, Jill, Will, Dil Mil Jayega aisa. So it's going on. So I think now, we are getting the real hardware guys, around. They are stalwarts in this session. I think I will go with starting with Atulji. He is a veteran here. Probably 90s. I used to interact with him in BHEL. So I think a lot of people may be knowing BHEL, right? By the way, how many hardware engineers are there in this audience? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, half. I think the people after I think he is half. So that's yeah. So that means we are trying to spread the software, hardware stuff. So we have software people also. Okay. So let me start with Atulji. I think you can introduce yourself rather than me introducing, because it's a long biodata. So maybe you can cut short. And as I said, he's a veteran in this industry. He has started a couple of startups in automotive domain also. And he's a still consultant for various industries. He recently is doing some consultancy for some automotive electronics. He was also consultant for Reliance. The list goes on. So you can just brief on just what you are doing and what is your, just take, and then I will go to the next step. My next question, rather.
Hello, good evening. It's Atul here. So I am about 42 years experience and still working maybe for another 1 decade at least. So what is the relevant for automotive industry itself? So last 12 years I am working on mostly on power electronics and more recently for the entire vehicle itself. So presently in totality what I am focusing on what is the problem in the country itself. Okay, so the country in itself is our penetration of electric vehicle with respect to say ICE vehicles is if you say passenger vehicles and the truck, it is around 5%, and if we work like this, then after 2030 will be 10%. And in my opinion, electric vehicle itself will fail in India because there is no reason it will become successful. So what I am talking today is what country can do. So maybe in the next section I will tell you in detail what country should do.
Thank you, Atulji. Make it cutting short. And good evening, Kavitaji. Maybe tell us about your Maxwell Energy. I think you are heading the Maxwell Energy as a CEO, and it's a part of Endurance Technologies, I believe. So you can tell about your the product range and what do you do. I mean, what is the specific things? So then I can take the next question.
Thank you. First of all, it's a pleasure to be in this forum. And this is Kavita Verma. I'm the CEO of Maxwell Energy Systems. I have 25 years industry experience, and some of the previous topics I could relate very well because I have worked in the software industry, for the hardware, and now I'm in the EV industry. I mean, on the both sides it is relevant, but the STV topics were quite interesting as well. Regarding the Maxwell Energy Systems, it's a endurance group company, and at Maxwell, basically we are driving the future of the EV industry by providing the intelligent advanced electronics. So we all are focusing in providing the one-stop solution for every advanced electronics need in the industry. So all our products are actually designed, developed and manufactured in India. We offer battery management systems, microcontrol, motor controller units, IoT solutions, telemetry control units, chargers and DC-DC. And we are not only focusing on addressing the current EV industry problems, but we are building the futuristic solutions for the upcoming issues which are coming up. So some of the previous sessions talk about the rare earth magnet problem. So we are building the motor controller units for rare earth free, magnet free motors. We are actually enabling the battery management system which are focusing on the future battery chemistries. We are also building the X-in-1 integration platforms, which is very much in the talk right now for the faster GTM, and as well as we are bringing the intelligent V2G programs and the algorithms in the offerings.
Okay. Thank you, Kavitaji. I think you said rare earth, you are doing motor controller for a rare earth free motor.
Correct.
Okay, interesting.
We have developed our motor control units.
In fact, I welcome you tomorrow also. Tomorrow morning we have a session, keynote session by Chara Technologies, who are making the rare earth free motors. So probably they will be your customer also. So
we are already in touch.
Oh, you are already in touch with them. So small world. Anyhow, so since you are already told about your chargers and products. So the panel is charged up. I will shift to another, I think more charging now. I think he is a man, he is a hands-on guy now, I would say. So you can, if you have any technical question, probably you can take off the panel and you can ask him. So Rajesh, maybe you can just tell about yourself. I think there was not, a brief was not there probably. So I think you are from alumni of IIT Chennai. Bombay, is it? Okay. Oh, so you have one more gentleman here. Okay.
So, I represent Dynold. I'm the co-founder of Dynold. And we do energy conversion products for clean energy products, clean energy domains, basically e-mobility, renewables, energy storage, hydrogen. We are a center of excellence for power electronics in India. We are about 100 people strong. And we focus largely on power electronic systems. I mean, most of the things that people are working today, we have developed initial prototypes for many companies where we were working as consultants or subject matter experts for global as well as Indian multinational companies. And we focus on hardware and integrate it with software algorithms for power electronics systems. About a decade of experience in this, or a little bit more than that. My entire team has been working largely together for about a decade in developing these complex subsystems, which India definitely needs. We are trying to make these systems in India because largely India is used to importing power electronics modules, but of late we have been seeing a paradigm shift in that because of the headwinds are now gone, the tailwinds are in favor of localization of these products, whether it's magnetics or whether it's PCBs or the hardware systems, the software that controls this. All of this is being developed in India. So we started it a decade ago, so we didn't know that we would reach here, but I'm glad that I successfully wasted my 10 years into developing these systems so that now it's of fruition for us.
Thank you, Rajesh. So, PLG, it's up to you. So,
hi, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, it's a great honor and pleasure to be a part of such an esteemed panel. Just a quick introduction about me. My name is Piyali. I am from Texas Instruments. Texas Instruments, as you would know, is an analog and embedded processing company. We are based out of Dallas and one of the first multinational companies to establish bases in Bangalore. We're finishing 40 years this year, and we have the R&D center based out of Bangalore, where we create over 1,000 automotive products, starting from light sensors, lighting controllers, gate drivers, MOSFETs, all the way up to high performance compute, level 3, level 4 ADAS systems, right? So we cover an entire plethora of. I got the bad mic.
maybe you can take that. Yeah.
I think we cover a plethora of devices looking at safety, security, low power, reliability, all of these aspects, designing grounds up, right? And also investing a lot of software as well, where we've had decades of investment on open NRE royalty-free software so that we can have our customers get onto our platforms very, very easily and go to market faster.
Thank you, PLG. So, Jailendra ji. So, I think in fact, thanks to Jailendra. In fact, with a quick notice, he joined us. So, you can tell us.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Siva. Good afternoon, everyone. Sufficiently audible? Louder?
Yeah. It's
Thank
clear.
you. My name is Jalendra Kumar. So, Shiva, when you were in school and one teacher is absent, the principal looks around for any other teacher who is available to take the class. And Siva found me for that. So, I'm a man who has worked in ISRO space technology, defense technology, security technology, semiconductors, etc., etc. I have good interest in automotive as well. We were running a program to create chargers at one point of time. So probably I could add some value to your discussion here. I'm not with any corporate anymore. I do advise companies on technologies or management with my experience. I don't want to count the years, but to give an idea, I was in ISRO in late 80s.
So you don't want to tell your age. That's okay. So thanks, Jailendra. I think a couple of things I can add to him. Actually, he was founder director of Samsung Semiconductors in India. He was also the first director technical of British Aerospace, and currently he is president of Advanced Computing Communication Society. So if anybody wants to know about that ACCS, so of the dais they can meet us. Now I'll just go back to Rajesh ji. So you said thanks that localization is happening now. In fact, Atul ji knows that localization has been there long time. Probably you're talking about the chargers. Still, if really we go to the OEMs and things like that, two-wheeler or four-wheeler, I don't know, at least 90% I can say, I may be wrong, you can tell me wrong or correct me in that. The localization is really happening, or do you see any particular challenge in those areas? So, and what is your takeaway in that? Apart from challenging, what is other technical things you are? I think the mics are not charged up, looks like. So this is another, yeah. I think it's there, yeah.
So, localization is happening. I mean, it's definitely happening. I wouldn't say it's 100%, but it's definitely there. See, what happens is when...
No, I'm saying 90% not happening. So you can tell me wrong, or am I right, or I don't know. I'm particularly about the EV sector.
See, there are different stages to it. First, people are localizing the manufacturing. So what people are doing is, of course, I mean, if you look at it, there is design and then manufacturing and then mass manufacturing and then production in the Indian ecosystem, right? So currently, the 90% that you're talking about is manufacturing in India. That is definitely there. And it's not so far off where designs that are designed in India will be manufactured. I don't see why that should be a problem, because these are all not so complex systems. It's just that the availability of relevant products out there in the market and the requirements that are currently there for the Indian ecosystem are easily matching. That's why people are going and getting it from outside, or they are manufacturing in India. But if you look at it, localizing the designs is not very difficult. It happens, it has already happened. And we supply to at least 2 or 3 of the top 10 Indian OEMs. And we design, manufacture in India. But of course, the top 4 or 5 OEMs are not. But that's okay.
So you are saying you are designing your stuff and giving to the OEMs, right?
We manufacture it itself.
Of course, that's great. So what is the specific thing why the OEM has to take your design, or anything special, or any challenge you have solved their stuff?
Definitely. I mean, otherwise there'll be no more.
And one challenge I know about the cost. I don't know whether you are meeting that cost. Oh, okay. You are cheaper than the products.
No one wants to hear that.
Okay, so he want to say that he has a cheaper chargers products and probably better reliable than the neighboring countries, you are saying?
It's actually very easy. I mean, I don't see why it cannot be done. And we are, I would rather say, when I say cheaper, it's more economical, cost economical. And the product is of better quality, number one. But having said that, why it's relevant is because, let's say, if you're starting to import at Zen 1 level itself, the ecosystem develops, and then when you come to Zen 10, you cannot do much when you're importing at Zen 1. But if you're designing at Zen 1 level itself, when I say Gen 1, it's generation 1, all the modifications that can happen over a period of time, right, will percolate into the Gen 10 module. And then at that point in time...
You are saying Gen 1 means the architecture level?
Generation 1 of the product.
Oh, now the product,
Yeah,
okay.
When I say Zen 1, let's say you require a product today and it is at generation 1. Now, let's say when you go to Zen 10, unless and until you have complete hold of things at Zen 10,
true.
you cannot innovate.
Correct.
And once you innovate is when the cost benefits come, right? Or manufacturability, or sourcing the material and all. I mean, except for the semiconductor, which unfortunately we cannot get in India today. Everything else can be done. The magnetics, the PCBs, the boxing, the wire harnessing, everything else that is required can be done in India. So 20% is only the import content. Other than that, everything can be done in India.
So any innovation you have done? Because I don't know, now you are in Gen 5 or Gen 6, I don't know. So I'm sorry to ask you this, but I think that's what.
Very much. See, what we have done is we have incorporated so many features which are otherwise 500 rupees, let's say, under external.
Yeah,
that's. We have made it at 50 rupees, let's say, right? I mean, we're at 10% cost. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And,
Yeah.
And what happens is you can pass this cost benefit to the customer because it's neither him nor you. That's
Can
money
you,
out of
if
it.
you remember, can you tell that particular that feature of that, anything?
Wouldn't want to express it.
Oh, it's a OEM specific. Okay.
In
So
this open forum.
okay, off the dais. Okay.
Maybe after a year, once it's there out there, I think then maybe.
Oh, okay.
As
Okay.
represent my company, I really don't want to.
Okay.
reveal everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
But having said that,
Switching over, yeah. Switching frequencies. I don't want to get into the two technicalities of the forum, getting into switching frequencies and
have some of the
jitters and.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I forgot the question. What is it? You were asking about.
No, I think you are telling that certain things are, your USPs, and you want to keep it yourself, and you don't want
Until the next 1 year maybe, and after that it becomes quite open out there for anyone to really discover what we're doing.
Okay.
And then we also employ a lot of digital control. When I say digital control, at Texas Instruments or this microchip, ST Micro, NXP, we make this all the power conversion happening over not ICs, which I think the Texas Instruments would not like it. But then we of course use microcontroller, which is still an IC of sorts, but we keep all the algorithms inside the microcontrollers. So we don't use any ICs. We're reluctant towards ICs.
Oh, okay. So how about the software side? You must be all.
Microcontroller is still an IC, but then we make sure that it's not the code, the bits and bytes are not out there for anyone to see. So even if I give my product out there, I think people can copy the hardware, but they can definitely not copy the software.
Okay. So okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So PLH, you can take it. I think I know that you are taking care of that. What is it, Jacinto or Jacinto process. In fact, when I looked at it, and it is full of
Lots of
microprocessor, DSP. SOC, so many things are there inside,
Absolutely.
I think that is required for a simple AV.
So let me
are you really focusing for, whether anybody taken a Jacinto processor here?
So let me start with the portfolio, right? And interestingly enough, our speaker here said that we don't build microcontrollers. We do build microcontrollers. In fact, we build one of the best real-time microcontrollers, which is our C2000 series of devices, which have gone into multiple power conversion systems. It's automotive as well as industrial, and especially going into a lot of traction inverters in some of the premium, EVs as well as OBC, DC as well. And Kavita madam said that X-in-1 is becoming the sort of in thing into the next generation automotive electronics. And that's where, some of the next generation devices from TI will really make a lot of difference. Coming back to your question, TI has a portfolio of devices, right? Starting from microcontrollers, which do real-time control, which are absolutely bread and butter when it comes to electrification, aspects of EVs. Then we have very low-cost microcontrollers. In fact, we've just launched an MSP M0, which is the smallest microcontroller in the world. Automotive qualified, which can be used for a lot of vehicle control applications, even for two-wheelers, three-wheelers, four-wheelers, six-wheelers, eight-wheelers, right? Any of the vehicle control applications, sprinkled around the vehicle can be controlled with this MSP portfolio. And the highest end of that story is Jacinto, which is towards more the topics in the morning, where we are talking about software-defined vehicles, high-performance compute, level 3, level 4 driving, where we are scaling up, the performance in terms of TOPS to be able to scale to these various levels of autonomy, right? And that integrates a bunch of other real-time control applications, as well as we are getting into more domain-based and centralized compute applications, wherein more and more microcontrollers, the HSM on the security front with the full SHI Evita standards are getting more and more integrated into the platform, right? So that's where the Jacinto play comes in, but TI in general has a plethora of devices which scale in range.
Okay, thank you. So Jailenderji, if you want to throw some light from your perspective, any industry facing any electronics challenges and things like that.
So India has already...
I don't know whether you can remember your British aerospace days.
So we in India have left our mark in design for sure. For I think one full generation of engineers have designed some of the very complex chips for the world. And it gives a lot of pride that we do design this, that, etc. But if you raise yourself a little higher, look at the industry view, what concerns me is this. Is designing enough sufficient?
You don't want tea? You don't
Why post-COVID,
You don't want?
What ailed the market, the automotive in general, was disruption in supply chain. I remember market like US had a scarcity of cars. My daughter bought a car, BMW for 54K, which would have normal time costed 35K. What was the reason? Going to the reason for that. COVID, there was no supply from China, and China remains the single source of disruption, disruption in these matters. My point here is that we do design, we have a very good semiconductor design ecosystem here. We need to manufacture it here to de-risk our supply chain issues. So far it has not happened, but last couple of years, it has started to happen at a very accelerated speed, you can say that. You also tested to that fact. Now, come to the concrete example. In your motor, for EV, you need a set of 4 MOSFETs to drive your motor. Can you believe MOSFET cannot be produced in India? It's not 2 nanometer design. It doesn't require billions of dollars of infrastructure. So we also need to shift our mindset a little bit. While SCL in Chandigarh has a plant for 180 nanometer production, which is required for advanced applications like space and defense and so on. I'm saying right now the policy contours, the environment is very good for low-cost manufacturing ventures to take off. And we in India must take advantage of that, get into that. I remember when I was with Samsung, we were only designing, shipping our RTL code to our clients in Korea, US. We didn't have any infrastructure other than design here. Today you have companies in India who have testing facility, who have OSAT facility and so on. And you heard about them, you read about them. So the ecosystem building, my emphasis here is that we need to very quickly build up the ecosystem, at least those low-cost ventures which don't require too much of money, do not have very high advanced technology, but there is a market for that. And that will complement, that will accelerate the automotive industry as well, whether it is EV or non-EV, either way.
I think of course, Tata is now building the big fab. I'm sure they can manufacture this definitely. I think Orissa also they are coming with the 2 fabs, but I think it's long time. As you said, this is what when we go to some semiconductor forums, we tell first we can, focus on this discrete itself. As Rajesh already said, he is more focused towards that than the microcontroller side of it. And those products are not available in India, you are right. And I just shift to Kavita ji. So you can tell about, anything particular specific about your experience, anything with the customer, a case study or something like that, from R&D point of view, and either your customer has faced a problem or you come across an obstacle or something like that.
Sure. See, while I'm saying that we are into the EV industry for the major EV components like the BMS, MCUs, TCUs, see, the major problem which we are right now seeing in the industry is that most of these components are still getting imported from the China. Right? We all will agree to that most of there is an organized market, there is an unorganized market. The unorganized market, most of this is getting used from the China side because of the low cost availability. So we focused on the market where we can actually bring down the price point, but still give a much more advanced features as well as the powerful products, so that we can compete with this Chinese market which is existing right now. And of course, we have multiple customers on those lines, including 2-wheeler, 3-wheeler, as well as the 4-wheeler segment. So how we could achieve that? So basically, that's where Maxwell has invested into a lot of the R&D capabilities here, where our very smart power architectures as well as the sensing strategies, working with the very efficient compute platform and the optimized memory systems. So Maxwell engineering capabilities are trying to solve all these power electronics complex programs in the industry, but still trying to bring the cost level which is matching with the existing Chinese products so that adaptability can increase into the industry. So that's where we have multiple customers who are already replacing their Chinese products with our products, be it BMS, be it TCU, be it the motor controller units. Obviously, I cannot name the customers right now, but that's how we solve the problems, and that's how we are penetrating into the Indian EV industry very, very fast. Because this was the major thing which was stopping most of the players to, cost was the major thing to stopping to get into the Indian manufactured products.
Okay. In fact, first time I'm very happy to see that, two manufacturers, Dynalt and Maxwell, if anybody wants chargers or battery BMS products, I think they are there, and they say that they can give better pricing than the neighboring country products with better features. First time actually I'm hearing and that kind of open thing. It's very glad to hear that.
Just to add on, if you talk about the e-rickshaw in the North India side.
Morning actually I've shown that product. You weren't there, yeah.
So a buyer of e-rickshaw can spend only 1 lakh. If you are giving the battery and the BMS and everything, giving at the 30,000, will not work for
by any chance Maxwell is giving that?
No, I'll not talk about the price point, but I'll say that BMS is much more competitive or even lesser prices than what the Chinese pay.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm very glad, Kavitaji, to hear this. While price remains the topmost driver for adoption, I would also like to say that we should not make shortcuts in safety or the environmental adaptability of the product that we make. So many times, particularly European products, were made for certain environmental conditions, like they have never seen temperature rising above 35 degrees Celsius, for example. Whereas in India, you can experience negative temperature, minus 10 or so, right, going up to 52 plus, and so on. So the safety and the reliability should be the next feature of the product that we make from India. Being cautious of the price as well.
So got your point. So safety should be the critical thing also. Yeah, of course, as long as we meet the pricing and performance, the safety is also very, very important.
Absolutely, that's the paramount, and that's where our algorithms are coming into the picture.
Sir Atulji, so just shifting to you, so I think you have wider experience. I don't want to drag into this price and things. Anything critical you come across in terms of now I think you can open to tell about any criticality of the customer which you have, or whether your company done better than things.
Yeah. So first, as a EV designer, technology. So first I want to see what is the best car in the world now. Okay, so first we have to understand what is the best car in the world, one of the best car in the world, why they are designing, and then we'll find out what to do in India. So I don't know whether you people are following, there is a car called Xiaomi SU7. Okay, so this is a 100 kilowatt hour battery. It has 15 horsepower, 1500 horsepower, 0 to 100 kilometer in 2 seconds. And so many features and all those things and all. And this vehicle costs around 90 lakh rupees. So if you say in India, say, I don't know, maybe we are, for ICE vehicles, we are selling almost 40 lakh vehicles in the country.
Yeah.
So if government of India and ministers and technologists, they want vehicle which is very similar to your Xiaomi SU7 vehicle, but costing around 10 lakh rupees, what to do for this? So we told that, okay, in India you just see vehicles. One thing what you will know, if your vehicle battery size is around 40 to 50 kilowatt hour, vehicle will cost 25 to 40 lakhs. If your vehicle battery size is around 60 to 80 kilowatt hour, it will be around 70 lakh. If it is around 100 kilowatt hour, it will be 1 crore to 3 crores. So only reason if we want mass production for all your vehicles in India, costing around 10 lakhs, it means your battery can be around 20 kilowatt hour for close to around 200 kilometer of your daily usage. And for that we'll need about 1 million DC fast chargers. So 1 million DC fast chargers are there which is required. So now let us go into detail and that okay, what is, so one thing is there, we can have 20, so will it be a very ordinary and very useless car for no. What is required for this 10 lakh vehicle with a 20 kilowatt hour battery can go up to 150 horsepower power. And you can have 0 to 100 kilometer in close to around 6 to 7. This kind of, but this is not, this is what is the, this is all based on, many of these things are based on battery technology. So battery technologies happen. So if you see, if you saw BYD or Cattle, those people are working, and I'm following on a daily basis what is happening there and all. So that is happening because of two things. What is battery is able to charge, that going to up to 7C. And what it can discharge is goes to 15C. And that's how Xiaomi car is able to have 1500 horsepower of battery, because it is able to discharge that. So this is instantaneously and all. So we can have very similar, our 10 lakh car can have 150 horsepower for this. So this is on the battery side, but what we are working on the voltage side is maybe the OEMs we are working along with the Qualcomm. You can have 5G, the same car, the 10 lakh car you can have 5G. You can have a digital cockpit there and ADAS level 2 for same, because all these things are mostly software technology. And most important thing what people are having, that nowadays this is ISO 26262 is there. This is for all the safety requirement and all. So recently what happened that there are vehicles which have happened, there was a fire and people have died, 5 people have died because doors was not opening. So we have requested to same ISO 26262 that there will be a feature to be added in 26262 in case there is a fire, all doors will open automatically. So this kind of features for this kind of vehicles and all. So if you see, you can have a very advanced vehicles with a cost which is a budget friendly, and they love all the features and all, and all the features. So that is what is we are working with many companies and all, and we are seeing what is happening. So it's not we cannot talk only about hardware, we cannot talk only about software or the battery and all. There are so many features, complex things. So like somebody was talking about TI also. So I was working with TI in 1988. We are controlling 500 megawatt power plant using TMS 9995. So many people are not born because close to around 38 years back I was designing using TMS. And in 2022 I was designing DC fast chargers 240. Again it is C2000 series of TI I was using that. So that way if you see it's not.
Thank you, sir.
So what I am saying that is not say, I told earlier also India missed almost 25-30 years. We were doing very advanced technology in early 90s. But between 2000 to 2020 we missed the bus. Now we are seeing lot of people are happening, lot of technologies. I am also trying to design newer technologies and all. So this is a good time for semiconductor and rest of the things. So that's all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'll just again switch out to Rajesh ji. If I can go little deep technical to, or the otherwise. I have a fundamental question on the MOSFETs actually. People are talking about RDS on, Some people know about RDS on. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think so. That's why I think we should not get too much into the things. Why I just because I've seen a lot of designers when we go, they want very, very small, RDS on, and is it really required? I mean, the cost is really going, and that actually depends upon the die size, and that's one basic question, because the more and more I was just diving deep into that things, it may not be really required for that, the except small performance, but the cost and those things are there. Second thing is you are doing in the charging things. So there's a charging speed may affect the battery protection. That's what I understand. So how do you trade off those things? Have you come across such challenge?
Both are two different questions. I'll take.
Yeah, two different things. Yeah. So
RDS.
first one is my personal thing, because I still see 4 people, so I have 4 audience for that technical thing.
Yeah,
actually.
see, RDS on, more than RDS on, you have other problems to deal with. The COSs and the soft switching.
Yes.
So RDS on is a very.
And I just gone to the small thing actually. Yeah.
You have a lot of other problems to deal with.
Yeah.
Analytics and all of it.
True.
So I'll leave that. Going to the second question, you were asking about what was that?
Trade-offs between the charging and the protection.
No. See, actually, there's a confusion that if you charge fast, the battery will go bad and all. It's all about how you manage the thermals. If you manage the thermals properly, and if the battery is able to take so much, you can easily pump whatever current or whatever power that you can into the charger, into the battery. Charger is just a lame animal there. You use a higher power charger for a small battery, it becomes fast charging. But of course, also have to make sure that the thermals are intact. The battery is able to take in so much, otherwise a lot of chemical reactions that are otherwise not suitable for battery longevity will kick in, and the battery will not see more than 3 or 4 years of lifetime, right? So it's all about what is the power that you can safely charge the battery, which will mean how much the battery can tolerate thermally as well as chemically. As long as you have these two in place, I think the power of charger is not at all a problem.
So more than electronics, electromechanical is more critical there.
Yes, every year what is happening is the thermal capacities of the batteries are increasing, the packaging standards are improving. So definitely the chargers need to be more powerful, right? So the high power chargers are kicking in. All of it. Otherwise, it's just conception that is gone wrong. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So, PLG, so again, regarding to the processor side, so again, I coming back to the same thing. So, do you have customers for the big Jacinto processor? And what is the uniqueness of Jacinto compared to others?
Sure. So we have
where you are actually defining or clearing the customer's pain or something like that, if you remember something
absolutely,
like that.
Absolutely. So we have customers across the globe. The TDA4 family of devices, in fact, it is one of the devices happening from a generation of devices starting from Jacinto 1, which was done almost 10 to 15 years back. To Jacinto 2 and so on, and now we have TDA4 family of devices, which are very, very popular when it comes to surround view systems. So these are active safety systems which are in the vehicle in order to prevent road accidents, and it basically allows you to do 360 degree or even 540 degree perception of the vehicle. So it gets in a lot of camera data, radar data. It's in fact in the Indian cars as well, on the road. So TDA4 is there in some of the vehicles which are coming up in India right now, and of course TDA2 and 3 have been on the roads for quite some time on the Indian roads as well. So definitely a lot of takers for TDA4, specifically because we are cost effective. Our power is passively cooled, so we don't have large liquid cooling, which actually makes the overall system bomb higher. It drains out the battery. Right, so very, very low power and cost effective and highly built with safety in mind, right? So we go up to SLB for our signal chain processing, and even integrated microcontrollers up to SLD into these specific systems, right? So that we maintain the highest level of safety of these systems, and now starting to integrate more ISO 21434 security standards in these products, so that we are preventing cybersecurity attacks on these parts.
Thank you. I switch over to another lady panel, then I'll switch back. So Kavita ji, so you can tell any challenges you are facing from Maxwell point of view, or from the technical R&D point of any other bottlenecks? You see, this is a bottleneck right now, and if you come across, I mean, if you yourself solved that, that's fine. If still it is a bottleneck, it is a still bottleneck. So, any other bottlenecks or any you have come across? Yep.
Sure. We are at a critical stage right now when we talk about the India EV ecosystem. So the major bottlenecks which we have in the system right now about the material dependency as well as the supply chain, which is fragmented globally, that is impacted us all as well.
Supply chain means the components or?
Component supply chain, your semiconductors, we talked about MOSFETs, we talked about the others, right? While we have having the fragmented global supply chain, it is actually escalating the cost as well as adding up the lead times. So which is directly impacting our products. And we are also seeing here right now the technical rigidity in the systems right now, where we have the less investments on the R&D side, at least on the EV side, like you talk about the power electronics and the microcontrollers, etc. But from the Maxwell point of view, we also see some of the things as a opportunity for us, because if we talk about the PMA drives, which mandates the domestic manufacturing of the BMS, MCU, battery modules, etc. So there we are leveraging that as an opportunity, because we are manufacturing our EV components day one from India itself.
Okay.
And for example, we talked about the rare earth magnet problems, and we are leveraging with our rare earth magnet free motor controller unit solutions. We talk about the TCUs right now. There, I mean, even on the EV side, the cybersecurity safety features which we talked about, right? We are clubbing those that into our algorithms. We are enabling the over-the-air features. We can update the features even afterwards, once during the lifetime of a particular vehicle. We can enable the functional safety features, etc. So those things we are taking as a breakthrough in Maxwell, converting the challenges into the opportunities for us. And if you talk about the battery chemistries are changing from NMC to LFP to the sodium ion solid state, we are taking as an opportunity in Maxwell to actually provide the solutions which are battery chemistry agnostic solutions. So that's how, while the challenges are still existing in the industry, we are doing our role, at least providing these R&D solutions, technology front leading, so that we actually enable our OEMs and the customers to actually move through this phase right now. So that's what I would say that,
Thank you.
I mean, we are leveraging as well as progressing very fast.
So don't tell me that you are also getting into batteries itself now, because you are already touched upon chemistry. Are you Maxwell batteries are going to come up?
Actually, Maxwell is a part of Endurance Group company, and this year only we have invested 47 crores in the battery pack manufacturing plant in Pune.
Okay.
We have already started with that. And
So,
because it,
खुद का battery management system, खुद का, I mean,
of course,
that's true.
we want to come up with a full ecosystem offering to our customers.
Okay.
Not
Because I have
just
seen lot of battery companies, they are coming with their own battery management system. Now you are going the other way around. That's fine.
Right.
So that's an opportunity. I think you are looking at it. That's great.
Yes, we are well leveraging that opportunity.
Super. Atul ji, so maybe you can share your experience.
Yeah, so from a bottleneck point of view, one of the wrong thing in India is all architecture for vehicles should be 800 volt. So if you are not making 800 volt, those are going to be obsolete. So anybody who is buying 400 volt architecture, that's a wrong thing. So first,
So two-wheeler or four-wheeler both you are talking about?
all four-wheelers.
So how?
Four-wheelers.
Okay.
So four-wheeler all should be 800 volt. There are various reasons, because due to cable and the cooling systems and all, that is around 500 amps. So anything related, that means it gets limited, that anything that should be 200 kilowatt is the maximum. So that's why if you see all good vehicles are there, they are 800 volt. So that is one thing. For all the four-wheelers and even trucks should be 800 volt. For e-trucks, it should go based on what is the availability of power devices and all. And other countries are there in the China and the Volvo, Mercedes, all those people and all. They are going to 1200 volt and 1500 volt also. And current is going up to 2000 amps. So it is for the charging point of view or from the vehicle point of view and all. All the designers in India, if you are working on heavy duty long haul trucks, you have to think about close to around 1200 to 1500 volt architecture now, and so that you can see that and there are some chargers in the global companies and all. There's one in say US. They are asking for 3000 kilowatt charger, and that is asking for 1500 volt 2000 amps. So if we in India, our thought process is so low, we are talking 20 kilowatt and 100 kilowatt, 5 kilowatt, 1 kilowatt and all. For trucks, because if you see our 50% consumption happens due to diesel. If nobody is thinking or bothering or doing any technology on the truck side, then what I told, there is another danger is there. EV march will stop or become slow because you have to take care of trucks also. So this is what I told you, what are the obstacles here.
Okay.
And solutions are already there globally and we have to work on those.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think the time is almost up, and so quick point of view from you. Any?
Yeah. So I started off saying that we are not gearing up for local manufacturing, etc., etc. And you heard good comments through this discussion. Now let me wear the entrepreneur's hat and share you the pain point for particularly those entrepreneurs who have ventured into it. Now, the engineering solution, one which Rajesh does or many companies do, they do take interest, they are passionate, they solve the certain problem, and they at one stage they struggle with the marketing, the adoption within our own industry. And some of the entrepreneurs, their journey is stopped simply because of that. So, as a collective industry body, as a collective industry ecosystem, we need to have some solution where we encourage those entrepreneurs who have ventured to create something new. They need our help in taking that to market efficiently, and so that they can grow and also increase their adoption within the country. Now, this is I'm underlining this as a bottleneck here. Time is up. We have to find a solution.
So
we will talk about it. Maybe.
Yeah. So any questions from the audience? Any questions? Only one question I am getting it from somebody.
Hello.
Yeah, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, this is Richa. Hello, Richa.
Okay.
So I'm working as power electronics engineer.
Where?
So I can totally understand Atul sir, like he was talking about the high power application, right? And I totally belong to that industry. Like I'm also doing the research and development activity for.
Are you designing a truck?
More than that, mining truck.
Oh.
So the power level is nearly 3 megawatt for that, and we are actually now what I feel like in India, like we have very limited supply base if we are going for very high power application or high voltage application. Specifically for magnetics, I'm core magnetics design engineer as well as like passive components selection. So there like we have to go different countries, like specifically China, like they are like doing very good development over there. They are like very fast. We need a fast solution over here.
So what is your question to the panel?
Like I'm like like in India we are mostly focusing on the cost, right? So cost in the sense development cost.
So you are echoing what Atulji said.
Yes, but I just want to know, like, because if you want to develop something over here, right, we are going for customization. So there in customization we have very high NRI costs. So how, like, if I want to develop something as a startup or entrepreneur.
So you mean to say the customization means the customer is not giving the money and you have to
Not,
put.
no. If like because like technology is growing very fast, from SIC we will be soon moving to GAN.
Okay.
So there like for any components development, right, if we want to have our own specification, like we have our own requirement specification and we want to build it with the suppliers, like either magnetic suppliers.
So Atulji, if you want to give any. Yeah, got it.
The NRE cost, right, the challenges what we are facing, the timeline and the cost. If you want to bring it down, like in India supply base.
Maybe tomorrow, if you are around here, probably we have some more investors investing panel.
There is one foundry is there in Odisha for silicon carbide MOSFETs. So I don't know what is the status of that, whether it is very advanced or not. But up to few hundred kilowatt and all, you can contact the BHEL also. BHEL is making their own devices. Okay, so like IGBT and thyristors, I don't know. I used to use it long back, but there is a in-house R&D.
You want to add to that?
BHEL in electronics division. So you can contact them. They can give you some idea and all. So these are the two things I can talk about. Otherwise, mostly there is not much development for the devices.
Yeah, I think Rajesh want to add.
Challenges on the like
One sec.
magnetics, right? So like if we are going for planar option in that condition, like we see very less supplier base in India. So
See, I've been to at least 20 magnetics manufacturers in China. See, magnetics is the most ugliest thing on a PCB. That much I can tell you. But the way they make it is, it looks more beautiful, right? See, the reason is they do it for the world. And you cannot deny the fact that they get all the specifications and the learnings from the entire world. So definitely, they will be far ahead. They're at least decades ahead when it comes to magnetics. I'll tell you one thing. There was not even lids wire when I started. And today, there are different kinds of USTC wires, lids wires, whatnot, right? I mean, there are different kinds of wires available today, right? Keep trying. As a matter of the fact, don't worry about the cost initially. You will get to the cost, right? Any product will take 2 years of time to develop. Start with the best of the products and then optimize what is not required, right? Go back, optimize what is not required. Don't think about the cost when you start doing it. First, solve your basics and make sure that your basics are intact, everything is working fine as a board, because there's so many variables. You just cannot be solving for all the variables in one go. Software, hardware, PCB, EMI, all sorts of nonsense can happen when you have n degrees of freedom, right? Anything can go anywhere. So even one line of code can goof up things that you will never know, right? So start, assume that cost is not a problem when you start. It's okay, right? And then optimize it as your product gets developed. There are so many suppliers in India. You can still do with it. If you want, you let me know. I'll give you all the contacts. Especially, I've been a magnetics engineer myself. I've worked for more than 10 years in that. So have that hope. We are going there. Yeah.
So technically, I think you got the Gyan. I think if you want, I think your first question was about the cost. So maybe you come tomorrow also. So we have some panels and maybe you can find out some people, who have investing arms. I think there is 2-3 investing firms around in the exhibition also. You can check or you can meet him or me or around. So if you are really a startup, something like that, we can help in the ecosystem. That's a different thing.
Myself and Rajesh have worked together for 5 years.
Oh, that's great. That's why the technical things are coming, Yeah, thank you, Richa. So anybody else, any? Sir, आपका तो ठीक है. So I'm just looking for you. When are you raising the hair? So the last, but not the least. Chalo.
Hello. Thank you, Rachel, for your question. My response actually to your questions. When you design, we design what is existing. And if you're designing right now with GAN or SIC, it may be difficult. Why not you go for what is available or ITBT?
Cost.
Cost, yes. That's the least cost in India available. So in your design, you take the components which are available right now. If you look for a component which will come 2 years down the line and reliability, it may be something different. That's what I want to add.
Okay. Yeah, maybe in fact, there are a lot of topics to cover, even the silicon carbide GANs and GNANs. but I think we are running short. Any more last question with the liberty of the being the last? Yeah, last panel. I have the liberty,
Sir, you talked about entrepreneurship, right?
Oh, you come to that. Okay.
People wanting to, because one of my friends has started a startup in battery swapping technology.
Come again?
Battery swapping, battery swapping.
Okay.
So
Swapping.
he started this 3 years back, and he is increasingly finding difficult to get investors. The reason is simple, because nowadays what's happening, people are investing more in apps and such things which give you return on ROI within 1 year. But now I think we are losing that patience to invest on something which will give you maybe 5 years down the line. Yeah.
So you ask this question, I think answer is coming from there. Of course, you also answer it. So yeah, after that you can answer.
That is changing right now. I recently raised capital. That is changing. I mean, people are going towards more real products also. People are ready to wait it out. There are so many PE firms who are coming in. Venture capital is one way, but then PE firms give you at least 8 years of time before they can cash out now. So you have to find out who is the right partner for you. But any hardware product requires patient capital. Patient capital, I mean, you have to identify areas and avenues where you can get that patient capital. If you can do that, I think that's possible. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I think your last punch.
To you and also to Richa.
Richa, yeah.
Richa went away? Yeah. Oh, here she is.
Okay.
Think about this. This is not the only one area where high risk capital is required. Think of, let's say, if you want to manufacture a new plane, design and manufacture a new plane, who funds you? And how do you know how many planes will you able to make? Think of fab. Why India could not create a semiconductor fab for 30 years or so? So there are many such examples where NRE cost is more, what Richa was mentioning, and you do not know whether the recurring income from the business thereafter will be able to utilize your NRE with some financing costs. So if you have take interest, try to learn from those how they have sold. I mean, this is not the forum to give one-pointed answer to that, but you can figure out how that was sold. Many a time, government comes out with a helping hand, but government comes out with a helping hand when there is a national interest, right? But if it is your individual commercial interest, government will not come forward. However, you can learn from those practices. That's the hint I can give.
Thank you. Thank you. So I think we can wrap up.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an outstanding session this has been. Let's give a big round of applause to our esteemed panelists and also to our moderator.
Yeah. Thank you.
So yes, now I invite Mr. Siva Koka to step forward to present a token of appreciation to each of our distinguished panelists. First, I request Atul Srivastava, Vice President of Automotive Softech Solution Private Limited, to please come forward and receive this memento. Next, I would like to request Ms. Kavita Verma, CEO of Maxwell Energy System. Can we please have her forward to accept token of appreciation? Then I would like to invite Rajesh Sura, co-founder of Dynault, to come toward the forward and collect a memento for presentation. Following him, next I would like to welcome Mr. Shailendra Kumar, President of the Advanced Computing Communication Society of India. Can we please have him forward to collect a memento? Last but not the least, next I would like to request Ms. Piali Goswami, Director of Software Engineering at Jacinto Processor, Texas Instrument, India, to accept her memento with our gratitude. Can we please have all the esteemed panelists once again back on the stage for a group photograph? A round of applause for our exceptional moderator, Mr. Siva Koka, CEO of Embedded Bridge, whose guidance has made this session truly memorable. Come on, can we hear a thunderous round of applause? Once again, put our hands together and celebrate their invaluable contributions. Thank you each and everyone for making this such a informative session.